Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to another deck profile. Today we're doing an advanced deck profile for once, because I became third place in the giant card from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Remote Duel Extravaganza of the Low Countries. So yeah, this deck was great. Shout out to Simon Keybones for borrowing me the cards, for learning me the deck, for teaching me a lot of the deck's basics and extra like combos, and for helping me build this deck. So massive shout outs to him. And shoutouts, of course, to my team, Team Card Guild. Finally got a match, so you'll be seeing this one a lot more in deck profiles. And yeah, it's great. It's amazing. Yeah. So let's not waste your time too much. I'll get more into like details after the deck profile, but let's start. So first of all, we got, of course, like the basics, like 3 Solitating Oviraptor, 3 Misk, 2 Anima. I think this is basic. Maybe you think about the Argosar ratios, but don't. This is just correct. Then we go to the babies. Two baby Sarah, one petite. Like, I think this is correct. Some people play more, some people play less. I think it's preference, or at least Seam told me it was preference, and I just prefer three. Like, it's really simple. Like, most people have different opinions about how many babies they want to have. For me, it was very simple. Like, usually I go for 4 children, or 2 or 6, like at least an even number, because with an odd number you have those awkward moments in like the plane, in a plane or in a bus or in a car or any, like all of those places you have like you have to sit by two or something like that. Usually it's divided by that, by two, by four, like those kind of things in a train, whatever. An amusement park attraction, and because of that, I usually go for 4. Then why am I just going for 3? Well, I'm a single parent at the moment. So if with this we're like an even number, like they go together in the same like place, and then I just sit with petite, and we're all like one little happy family. So that's why 3 is correct. And if you doubt this, then just come fight me, bro. Next, 2 Pancratops. I think this is fine. So, 2 Pancra. 2 Conductor Tyranno. Yeah, I know. I swear I'm a professional. Yeah, this was just correct. You could play 3, but why would you? You never summon the third one. You never get there. You just search these with OV or pill. Search or summon this with OV or pill. And that's it. That's all you do with it. It's always there. But it's a brick if you would open it on its own. So why would you go for more than that? 2 is absolutely fine. 1 Pancratops, because Pancratops is at 1, otherwise you would play more of these. It's great going second, because everyone knows why. And it's great going first in Dino specifically, because you can summon with Petite, you can summon it with Pill, or whatever. If you open Conductor and you have enough Dinos in your graveyard, you can just summon Conductor by its own summoning mechanic and just summon this with Pill. Or if you have like enough babies in hand with your Oviraptor combo, you can just destroy your Petite and summon this as well on your field, and your field just keeps getting better with how many you can do, and this just increases like the ceiling of your thing as well. So no doubt of running that. Dogoran, uh, I was going for blind first, but I thought this would just be fine to summon on my own field to out like kaijus or something like that, because as long as you have a kaiju, your opponent cannot kaiju you. So if you summon this next to your field, that makes sure that they can't choose what's most problematic for them. I never did that, but like you could. And fun fact, I never won the dice roll, both this event and the day after the main event, in like I think 12 rounds or something. And I can tell you, this deck does a whole lot better than Dragon Link FTK when it loses all dice rolls. So if you want to see the Dragon Link FTK deck profile, tell me in the comments. I'll show you like the combo and everything. It's really simple. It's just a 2 card combo right now, so easy, bro, easy. Or actually 1.5. Anyway, Dogoran is great. It's a Kaijus are also great this format, I think. They can help you out of boards, because like you also only play 3 Ashes, your only hand traps. Because the boards people make with combo decks right now, just in my opinion, aren't as scary. You can play through them a lot of the times. 2 or 3 negates, okay, continue. Like, especially Dinos, it's just so fucking good going through these boards. They just slaughter them. They just slaughter them. It's fine. So I just play 3 Ash for the bare minimum, and for Eldritch mainly. Because Eldritch, with Eldritch, it's just really how much do they have. And if you can just stop the Sanguine in their standby phase already, like most of their boards are already dead, and you can just OTK them through that. So I thought Ash was fine. And Ash going first is also well, like just something they cannot hit with like Dark Ruler, Super Poly, Droplets, all those kind of stuff. So I just thought that would make it better. Both ways going first and second. But anything else was just too much in my opinion. 3 Fossil Dick, because searching dinos is good. Having Rhoda at 3 is good. We played the Lost World version, so 4 Lost Worlds, a Terraforming, and 3 Lost Worlds. I'm not gonna explain once again why Lost World is just so good in Dinos because it's just so good, bro. Just so good. But the few things that are new to the decks that just entered the format, like Virtual World and Drytron, is against Virtual World, this thing is insane because you give him a token, it's a Dino token. As long as they have a token, they cannot target monsters other than the token, so they cannot target their own Virtual Worlds with their own Virtual Worlds in hand. Well, all right, that's already great. So as any like Virtual World player already knows, that's just you have so many hands where you're just like, fuck, I need to target my own monsters and just summon Yan Yan or something or whatever you have and just target it with Lulu and go off from there. But with Lost World, you can't. They also don't play Link Revo because they can't link summon with their combos usually. So they won't out that token in any way at all. And you won the duel there if you open it with like a Cosmic, which I don't main, but like with a Cosmic, or if you have like a Tornado Dragon or anything to just stop their spell or trap from entering the field. If you can do that, you've just won right there on the spot. That easy. So that's great. And against Drytron, it isn't as strong because they do play Link Revo and stuff like that a lot of the time. But a big advantage that you do have against Drytron with Lost World is the fact that all their attacks and defense are decreased by 500 because they're not dinos. And for example, one of the main combos of Drytron is that they summon Union in here and then equip it with Dawn Knight. The Union Hanger is 1000, gains 1000 from the equip, it's 2000, and it's enough to tribute it with like the Ritual spell, which tributes attack and not levels, to summon Benten, which is 1800. Right? With Lost World, it's just 1500, they can't do the whole combo, it's out of the question. All of the Drytrons as well, so you make it that their combo, even if they out your token, their whole combo just becomes more of a hassle, more of a thing to deal with. Like, they have to tribute one more with every time they activate that ritual spell if they want to tribute anything from the field, which they usually do. So with all of that, it just makes their hands a lot worse. But it's not like Drytron is the worst matchup for this deck, I think, in my opinion. So like it's small help, but still, that's the new thing in the new format. 3 Pot of Extravagance. Drawing is good, you know, right? Extra deck in this deck isn't really needed. Like, there's 2 cards that you can't miss. Everything else is replaceable. But yeah, and even that you can miss, but whatever. 2 pills enough. You search it. Opening it is nice, I guess, but you don't have to. And then we get to the Dogmatika part. So I play 3 Ecclesia. Why the Dogmatika part? Danique, why do you have to play Dogmatika in this deck? Well, you don't have to, but it just makes it so much easier, this format, to just play through everything. And I went blind going first, as I said. So just do your normal basic combo, right? You do a basic combo. I want my combo to play through Nibiru and everything. Usually you end on like a Dolka with targets. You have like a Secure Gardna. Secure Gardna, like whatever. Just put it whatever. So you have a Secure Guard now, you have a Dolka, you have like your Tyranno or your Pancratops or whatever still there. And then you just summon the Ecclesia after you've done all this. Sure, you cannot summon it on the extra deck anymore, who cares? Dino doesn't need their extra deck. If Dino can play through Buster, they can play through their own restriction, it's fine. Then you just summon Ecclesia, then you search whatever you needed, like Punishment to Trap or Flirters to just, whichever part you were missing. If you were missing both, I went for, depending on the deck, if I had to go blind, I went for Punishment, since Punishment extends you further and Flirters does not. But hey, it's up to you. So, but that's, just imagine that board. Can you play through that main deck? Answer that question to yourself. And going second, this was just great because they are not expecting the Dogmatika engine at all. So they're basically just focusing on like the Dino part of the deck. They're thinking about all the ways dinos can extend already. Going second, and they just focus on that. And as soon as they think like, okay, I think I stopped the Dino part, you just come in, you just smash in there with the Dogmatika engine and just summon her, and like you play 2 Fleur, and this together is already 5,000 damage because with Fleur they become 2,000 and she's 3,000 then, and that's just a bunch of attack. So this is also just nice to just set against like VFD pass, since usually they don't end on main deck monsters and they don't know you're playing this. So it's a lot of fun that you can have with that. Maybe they will destroy it, it happens, but like it's way better than what Dino's usually doing. And because if you activate something like Lost World, they might assume that it's a baby and they won't even destroy it if you set it. So amazing. So yeah, that's basically it. 2 Fleur, 3 Ecclesia, 3 Nadir because Search Spell is good. Wow, much wow. 2 Punishment. Yeah, look, I played Punishment and Fleur. That's all I need. No Maximus. Like I don't want to get cucked by my opponent having like something against Maximus. In their extra deck, I don't have anything myself. I don't have the space to just play a Doll engine as well. So Yeah, we're just going for this then. This is just good enough already as well. Punishment is fine. Both going first and second to just make your board a little more threatening. Same with Fleur. Fleur also makes sure that it's kind of a hand trap in a way. It's more damage as well for just OTKing. And the fact with punishment is it's not a monster. So if they have like Super Poly, if they have like Dark Ruler, if they have like anything like that, all of those things, punishment will still stay a life trap. You can also just chain this to all of those things now to make sure that your other cards can still activate. So like it makes your board just so much more threatening to like many of the common outs that your opponent might play. So yeah. That was it for the main deck. Then we go to the extra deck real quick. 2 Dolka. This is like one of the best cards. As I said, like it's your standard opening to start with Dolka. You can also make Legia, especially after going after the first duel. If you didn't have like people shouldn't side evenly against you, of course, but because you give them a token and they usually can't get rid of like their field, so evenly is a dead card. Same with Lightning Storm, all of those cards. But you could make this if you didn't get lost when you expect that. Like all of those things, it's an option against back row decks. If you banish your Dolkas, you can summon Legia as well. Having more options is of course always better. This is your extra hand of 15 cards, so why not, right? Tornado Dragon. So I play one Tornado Dragon against back row decks again. Like you probably make this more than Legia, as well as against Virtual World. If you open this with like giving them a token, like the chances of your opponent being able to have like a full hand with pieces to combo with for Virtual World and being able to set up 2 spell trackers is just near impossible. And if they do, you're probably going to out it with like your Conductor anyway, so it doesn't matter. 1 Dweller, because this is just great. It's great against the Mirror, it's great against prank hits, it's great after you broke like an Eldritch board. All of those things are just amazing to have this. 1 Linkuriboh, you turn Animadorant into this and then send it off for Secure Guard now, because that way you have a non-dino in graveyard for Pill in your like your basic combo. So you could play more of these. I just didn't have the space because I wanted as much like different options as possible at all times. 1 Almirage, this one I regretted playing this one a lot. I never made it, maybe once. I didn't realize it said 1000 attack or less, so that was a big oof. Otherwise, like I want to make an Ecclesia into an Almirage and just realized like, oh shit, you can't. Oof. But in theory, it does the same thing as Linkuriboh, so. But of course, you're always just going for Linkuriboh, because for that it needs to be normal summoned, and bang. Usually Animadorant isn't normal summoned. 1 Anima, same thing. You turn Animadorant into this. Like a lot of common threats for this deck going second can be taken care of with Anima. Like if your opponent has like a Boral Sword, or they have an Appaloosa, or those kind of things. Like a lot of the Link 4s all have an arrow pointing up, so you just take them with that and you can continue further. 1 Panic Stack, because piercing with Conductor is nice, especially if they have a few tokens, just game. 1 Phoenix, again, this is just nice. Very nice. Taking away their back row, just having that option, or if you like, you'd standard always summon Linkuriboh as well, so just having that option, having the option to draw, just great in this deck. 1 Access Coder, this and Almirage are the ones I had the most regrets of playing, because I never went into them. Almost never. Access Coder especially. This was better in like a pure Dino build, but because I played the Dogmatikas, like you usually can make this in your follow-up turn, and in my follow-up turn I usually couldn't summon from the extra deck, so this was a little bit of a mistake, but it didn't matter too much. But if you build this deck, I would cut that. Titanclad, yeah, this is just the Dogmatika extra deck, so these 2 I played both once. You don't have space for more than that, in my opinion. This one is to extend, this one is to break boards, that's simple. Activating Dear Servant, send Antis to just destroy your opponent's board before you start playing is also great. And then 1 Omega to just recycle those 2. So yeah, that was it for the extra deck. It seems pretty standard to me. And then the side deck is the one that needs the least explanation. 3 Nibiru, because combo can't usually play through Nibiru and Ash, so that's good. 3 Forbidden Droplets. This is amazing against Drytron, which is a worst matchup. So definitely play either this or Dark Ruler no more, but I would go for this. I would go 100% for this. But yeah. So that's just amazing. And it's amazing against a lot more decks as well. But yeah, that's just the most important one. Cosmic Cyclone against Virtual World. I just explained it. Like, if you just give them a Lost World token, just set this. It's usually game. 1 Harpy's Feather Duster. Back row deck, scary. Back row deck, scary. Back row deck, scary. So yeah, I feel like I can get through any monster field, like any combo field with this deck. I pretty much also did. Expect for Vanity's Ruler, but I'll take that L. I will take the L. I don't care, I'll take the L. But against back row decks, it's so much more threatening. You don't know what they have, it could be anything. You can't really play around things that you don't see either. Like, you can, by guessing of course, but it's just way easier if you can just start removing it before you play. So yeah, main deck is also just already focused on countering like usual combo decks or whatever. And then main deck 2 Rivalry for if I have to go first or if I can go first against many decks. I just play this and just works most of the time. If you play like if you play against like an evil twin LD build, you can flip this. After they did their evil twin plays and just can't extend with like Golden Lord, so that's funny if you ask me, but I wouldn't do it. The most important parts are if you give them a Lost World token. You flip this so they can only summon dinos and no one plays dinos. So maybe a Pankratops, but that's basically all they can do. And even summoning Pankratops then isn't like a real threat to you because they can't get rid of it, of their own token still, because Pankratops destroys something else. And even without the Lost World token, this was just good against Drytrons because if they have to stay locked into either machines or fairies, the deck just doesn't work. It was just perfect proof of like Benten just carrying the whole deck. If they do Vanities, you can even do this going second. If they have Vanities Ruler, just flip it. But it's not as good because if you go second, they already have like their Herald of Purple Light, and they can out this. But it's something if you need more. So yeah, that's basically it. Oh, also this is just great against Virtual World again as well. So I was just mostly prepared for Virtual World Drytron because it was a bad matchup, and I expected Eldritch to just be there. So yeah, that was it. That was the deck profile. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. I'm not doing that many advanced deck profiles, but I do the progression series. I'll post it whenever I do top. From now on, I guess. Since I'm at home, there's no one else to take my deck profiles, so whatever. And I hope you liked it. Shoutouts again to Seaman, shoutouts to my team, shoutouts to my dog. I don't have one, but if I had one, he would need shoutouts. And hope to see you next time. Card Game Philosopher.
Adidas, Krasovki. Te Palowski.